What's up guys, welcome back. The other day I was scrolling on Instagram and it hit me. There's not enough good cheeseburger content on the internet right now, and today we're gonna change that. I'm calling this a brunch burger, but I would eat this any time of day. It's got jalapeno bacon jam, 2 smashburger patties on a brioche bun. You guys are gonna love it. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well.
And this episode is sponsored by Stamps.com. It's amazing how fast time flies, especially if you're a business owner, and that's why it's important to start planning early to make the most of your time. Stamps.com has teamed up with the post office to get you huge mailing and shipping discounts up to 84% off. It's a new year no-brainer for your small business. Print your own postage right from your home or office within minutes of signing up, and never stress about finding the fastest and cheapest shipping solutions. Get access to USPS and UPS services you need to run your business right from the computer anytime, day or night, no lines, no traffic, no waiting. And that's my favorite part about Stamps.com is the efficiency. If you sell products online, Stamps.com seamlessly connects you with every major marketplace and shopping cart. Start the new year off by saving serious money on mailing and shipping and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up at Stamps.com/MrMakeItHappen for a special offer that includes a 4-week free trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts required. Just go to Stamps.com/MrMakeItHappen.
All right, my friends, we're gonna get started on this fantastic jalapeno bacon jam. I like to add the bacon to a cold skillet to make sure we render as much of that bacon fat as possible. We're gonna use that as flavor for the rest of the jam. We've got about 10 pieces of bacon here. You use more or less depending on how much you're gonna make. Remember guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients are listed for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. All right guys, so as you can see, the bacon's about half the way done. We just want to render the rest of that fat, let the bacon start to get nice and crispy. Then we're going to take a slotted spoon and remove it and begin cooking our onions and jalapeno. So I've gone ahead and cut the heat off just for a moment. Let this cool a little bit so we can go ahead and add in our onion and jalapeno. The more jalapeno you add, the more spicy it'll be, obviously. We're gonna let that cook down for a good, maybe 15 minutes or so. You really wanna let the onions caramelize and get soft. It's gonna be like a jam consistency, right? So we wanna make sure everything is really cooked down and caramelized. All right guys, so as you can see, the onion and the jalapenos reduced in size by about half, starting to get some nice color. Now is the time to start adding in some of our other ingredients. First, we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar to the party, along with our apple cider vinegar. About a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. The better quality you can find, the better. About a tablespoon of garlic. For our seasonings, we're gonna add a little smoked paprika and some all-purpose seasoning, or just a little salt and pepper, guys, whatever you got laying around to get the job done. Just wanna get some flavor in there. Then once this reduces for, let this cook for maybe 5 minutes or so, the liquid will begin to reduce a bit. It'll kind of thicken up, and at that point, we'll add the bacon back in there. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. Once it thickens up to a jam-like consistency, we'll be good to go. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add the bacon back in there. Give it a good mix. No bacon left behind. And just let this cook for another, 5 minutes or so. It'll continue to reduce. It'll continue to thicken up. And you'll start to see that jam-like consistency. We're kind of getting close there already. We still got maybe another 5 to 10 minutes to go. Working over medium heat, just let it simmer away. Again, guys, taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. You can sweeten it up with more brown sugar. You can add more jalapeno if you want it spicy, or some red pepper flakes if you're a savage. But this is looking just about perfect. So there you go, you got your jalapeno bacon jam. As it cools, it'll thicken up a little bit more as well. But that's exactly what you want to see. This is perfect on cheeseburgers. It's great on a hot dog. I love it on deviled eggs as well. Honestly, guys, I haven't found an application that I don't like this stuff on. So definitely jar it up, keep it in the fridge, and thank me later. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and make some smash burgers right now. I'm using 80-20 ground beef, which in my opinion is the perfect blend for any cheeseburger. I'm gonna show you guys how to make these smash burgers my way. I'm gonna cheat a little bit, but it's gonna make it easy. So as you can see, I just took the ground beef straight out of the pack, kind of cut it right down the middle like so, and then we're gonna cut it into fourths, and that's gonna be basically eyeballing equal size patties. So smash burgers, we're doing a double burger today. So you want to kind of roll this into a little ball right here on your cutting board. Make it nice and easy. We're going to season it up. Four equal size meatballs, basically. Right? Equal enough. If you notice that one's a little bit smaller, help them out. But for the most part, these are fairly equal, okay? So most recipes will call for you smashing the burger patty right in the skillet. I think there's a little bit more margin for error when you do it like that. So for me, I like to just go ahead and smash mine before they go into the skillet. That way I can make sure they're nice and even, and we're not gonna mess anything up that way. So smash it down, kind of form it into the shape that you want it. Just try to make sure it doesn't stick. Do that twice. Really 4 times if you're making 2 burgers like me today. Kind of flip it over, make sure it's not sticking. And this is gonna help us make sure that we get good seasoning on there as well. For the seasoning, we're going down with some all-purpose seasoning. Use whatever your favorite blend is or your favorite hamburger seasoning. And we're gonna beef up the beef flavor today with a little bit of beef bouillon. So that's a little cheat code, just to add a little extra something to the situation. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Just a pinch. Great flavor there. And I just like to add it to some of my beef recipes, especially on like a burger like today. And then plenty of this all-purpose seasoning. My stuff's low sodium, so just double check your label, guys, before you go super heavy-handed like you see me doing. And then we'll add that to the skillet and season the other side once it's in the skillet. All right, guys, we got a little butter in the skillet because butter makes everything better. We're gonna lay in patty number 1. Still press it down so it makes good surface area contact with the skillet because you still want that crust that comes with a good smash burger. We don't want to lose that aspect of it. The first thing you smell when it hits that skillet is that beef bouillon powder, guys. Kind of smells like a ramen noodle packet. Bring back memories of the good old days, or the not so good old days, depending on where you were when that was going on. All right, so we're going down with some all-purpose seasoning. And we're just gonna let that do its thing. We want that skillet to really work here. We want to get a nice crust developing. All right, guys, so after a couple minutes, we're gonna go ahead and flip it over. Should have some nice crust, and boy, do we ever. Look at that. That's perfect. Matching crust, that's what you wanna see. We're gonna give the other side a little bit of time. Then we're gonna add some deli quality American cheese. I got some boar's head today. Use whatever you got, but that's my favorite. Let that other side cook. We're gonna add the cheese on both burger patties, stack them up, and build a burger. So once that cheese is melted perfectly like you see right here, we'll throw that patty right on top of the other one. Pull them bad boys off, and it's time to build our burger. All right, guys, so I'm cheating a little bit. I got like a mason jar top. This is how I like to do my eggs for burgers. We got a little cooking spray down in there just to make sure nothing sticks. Then we're gonna gently crack our egg right on inside there. There we go, a little blooper for you mid video. And we're just gonna let that cook, and then we'll slip it out of there on top of our burger. All right, so we got our egg cooking away. I'm gonna hit it with just a light sprinkle of seasoning. The wind's helping us out, or not helping us out, depending on how you look at it. Just make sure it's not sticking. Obviously it's not, we're good to go. We'll let it cook a little bit longer. Then we're gonna place that right on top of our burger. All right, guys, first thing going down is that fantastic bacon jam that we made. Don't be shy with that. I'm gonna put that on the bottom for our burgers to sit on. And then on top, I'm a mayo and ketchup guy on my burgers. You can make a little sauce if you want to, but honestly, there's so much flavor going on. You don't want to go too crazy on anything. So just a little mayo for me, a little ketchup, and that's all we need. Then we got 2 beautiful patties incoming. The only thing left is that perfectly fried egg, sunny side up. Like so. Now this is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is get in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Man, that looks good. Perfect little runny yolk situation. If you don't like that, you can overcook your eggs. Yes, I said overcook your eggs. All right, guys, I've waited long enough. I'm digging in. Oh, man. Little burger cross section for you. Look at that. All right, guys, moment of truth. This is against the diet. I'm doing it just for y'all.